Good morning, everybody. It's Stuart here. It's Wednesday, the 5th of December. We had a big sell on US equities yesterday. The trade truce or no trade truce is hanging on markets, as well as the inversion in the 2 and 5 yield rate curves. So that's really weighing on US markets in particular, equity markets in particular. The dollar itself has actually held up on that. That's actually underpinned the dollar, if anything. This morning, it's really about the euro and the pound. More about the pound in a minute, but we've got services PMIs out of Euro and the UK this morning, and we've also got a speech by Mr. Draghi at the moment. It's just started, it was scheduled to start just now. Dollar euro here as euro dollar, I should say, has weakened here. We're down to 113.15 zone, so a week under the 20 period. Big sell off there last night, and we've moved down. The S1 now sits right on 113, so pressure remains to the downside, although the here on the 1 hour chart looks like the parabolic stars have flipped a wee bit, but not quite sure what's going on at the moment in European Open. So pressure on the downside. Dollar yen has rallied. We're back over 113, another 113 handle from this low here of 1260 yesterday. First resistance is this 200 period in the 1 hour, which comes in at 113.28, and then the big daily resistance at 113.42. So dollar up against the yen there. Aussie fell overnight significantly. It was a big miss in GDP, and we've breached the 200 period here on the 1 hour chart. First heads up was here yesterday, wasn't it, as we broke down, and then we broke down. So we're under 73 now, 72.95 at the moment. So pressure on the Aussie to the downside as the dollar bids. As I say, equities fell yesterday very aggressively, 3% fall, 800 pips on the cash market on the Dow, and we're up at we ran into this 2,700 level, key psychological level for the S&P 500. And gold yesterday, this is the daily chart we were talking about yesterday, it rallied, it closed over the key 1235 level I was talking about yesterday. We're back to it now, where this is a key 38.2 Fibonacci level as well on the daily chart up here, but it's still relatively well bid on this daily chart. Intraday, you see we've come down, we crossed early in the morning, and that's moving down through the 1235 level at the moment. So remains key support 1231, pivot at 1236.91 intraday. So watch gold, that's on the bid, and then oil continues its movement down. This is the daily chart again. It's not. We see it's turned around. It's over its 9 period EMA there, but dipping down again today on. Let's zoom that one in. On problems with inventories. Inventories were a big build on the private inventories yesterday at the US. So we've given up the 54 through 53, and we're currently at 52.40. So euro very much in play today. Did I not talk about the cable? I didn't talk about cable, did I? Big move down. We had two key events yesterday. The European Court of Justice ruling that the UK can leave Article 50 at any time unilaterally. It doesn't need the backing of the EU. And also 3 votes within the Parliament. The first day of the 5 days of debate in the UK Parliament ended with 3 defeats for the government. It's the first time that's happened since 1978. And even I was a young guy in 1978. So very weak Labour government then. We got a very weak Tory government now. Pound under 127 against cable, and I say up on this daily time frame, the pressure remains very much to the downside against all the sterling crosses. Intraday, we've picked up a wee bit. We're at 127.17, but pivot holds at 127.36, and the big resistance here at 127.74. So 127 round number is key for pound today. We've got services PMIs, I say, and the euro services PMIs and a Draghi speech currently. So watch those two. No US data today. It's an official day. Markets are closed. It's official day of mourning for the first President Bush, and so relatively quiet this afternoon. So take care. We'll see you all later. All the best. Bye bye.